Hello everyone, FlAw1eSs PsYcH0, Ty here. Today I'm going to review Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for the PlayStation Portable. It came out in Japan in 2008 and the States in 2009. There are three things that I'm going to be reviewing: storyline, gameplay, and likability. These three factors really come into play when we're talking about any kind of game. I solely believe that those are the three main components that makes a good game. If you can knock those out, you got me one. First off, storyline. Starting off as a Monster Hunter, you are at the top of a mountain. You fight a dragon. Well, fight's kind of a big word because he knocks you off of the mountain. The game starts out with you waking up in a small village. All that you're given is a directive that says, "Oh, you're a monster hunter? You should probably go and slay this." Beyond that, there is no story other than something that you can craft, I guess, out of your own. You are thrown into the world of Monster Hunter. This is where the gameplay component kicks in. First off, we have training. I started out with training. I really enjoyed training. It was repetitive and tedious. However, it was stuff that we needed to know, and it made my gameplay experience a lot better. Then you go to the main elder, and she basically sends you off on quests. Now, what you don't know is during these quests you can get random monster encounters, such as the monster that knocked you off of the mountain appearing right in front of you, and with no prime directive of you even so much as knowing that it was there. And I guess that's kind of something that really bugged me, but it does keep the difficulty level at a nice medium. The pace of the game is it's quick. However, as I said, it's very, very tedious. And the bottom line is you kill things to get things to kill more things. And most people don't enjoy that kind of game. However, I always found myself walking out like, "Oh hey, I can't wait to get all this iron ore to make a new sword." And then I'm like, "Oh hey, I got this new sword, I can't wait to use this new sword to kill monsters." And then I go into a match like, "Hey, I can't wait to kill these monsters with my new sword and get whatever they drop and make more swords." And that's pretty much the prime directive of the game. Kill things, get things, make more things, and kill more things. However, there is a skill cap. I got to a 9-star level fighting it's called the Rajang. It's this big ox-like Super Saiyan. It wrecked me. It flatly wrecked me, and I had no clue as to why. I had armor of the level of the Rajang. I had a weapon of the level, and I had a full inventory of everything. I played it, and I did very well. However, it was still able to kill me multiple times and make me butt out of the mission. Now, what I don't really understand is that if you really have a skill cap that's that hard, once you hit a certain amount, how are you gonna make your players want to play your game, is what I'm saying. I found it very difficult to get past that. In fact, I'm still there, and it's been a couple of years. There is a multiplayer mode, and you have to be in the same room as the players, and that makes it a lot more fun, and it makes it really a community game, and it keeps you entertained because you're with your friends and not, Scrubs McGee who feeds the whole game. But it's just enjoyable, I guess. The core thing about likability is that I enjoy games that you can play with your friends. I enjoy games that you can play with your friends, and that was a major factor of mine. I can kill that level 9 or whatever Rajang as soon as I can get that far with my friends. However, them having to be in the same room kind of hinders us, because if we're not all in the same room at the same time, then it's not really... Sorry, that's my text message tone. Where was I? In the same room at the same time makes it hard for everyone to stay at the same level, unless you're playing past people, and that's not really a cool thing to do. on the subject of likability comes not only the grind of the game, but how you swing your weapon. The biggest thing that I loved about this game was when you get to that giant sword. When you're swinging it, it feels like you're swinging it, not like you have a piece of foam and you're just ah. No, it's not that. You feel like you're swinging a giant iron bone through the air to actually slice something. And on the topic of slicing things, it feels like you're making contact and cutting through, which is what it's supposed to do. In fact, they have a power bar on each weapon, where if you don't have enough power or sharpness, that you just bounce right off. And I feel that that's a mechanic that a lot of adventure games need, not to the extent that Monster Hunter does it, but there should be some indication of, can I cut this or can't I cut this? It's an adventure game. It's not, I'm gonna throw you into the wild with something that can kill anything. That kind of removes the entire point of an adventure game. Lastly, is the twin sabers, I guess, is the biggest thing that I had a problem with. They're like little pins. You got a pin cushion. It doesn't feel like you're hitting anything. It just feels like you're like scratching at a couch. And you can still like bounce off, so you're like, what did I hit? When you're so used to hitting a pillow and then you go to punch a brick wall, that's not, it doesn't register with you, and you just sit there wondering, what the fuck happened? Like, it hinders the gameplay, I believe. So I would say this game in general, if you're playing with friends, is about a 3 out of 5. However, if you're playing alone, I'd give it a 1 out of 5. It's very difficult. The learning curve is very high, and once you get to a certain skill cap, you cannot climb out of it, and that completely destroyed any sense of getting to that final boss that I had. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream, and well, stream review. I'm gonna put it up on YouTube either way. All right, see you guys next time. And the warmth I feel beside me is slowly